too expensive. We're staying at room 13. Usually airy and usually very, and that's just how my life goes. And I don't ever try to dress to impress. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor and a bathroom door don't lie. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the bodies mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 133 of Phired Up. Check us out, firedupsports.com. I'm Mike Gillette. Joining me as always, Dom Consul and Chris Lucia. What's going on, fellas?
Yo.
How you guys doing? We're doing this a day late. You know, listen, life gets in the way. We're all busy this time of year, especially, Christmas right around the corner. Yeah, nobody's ever prepared for Christmas, right? Just always kind of sneaks up on you.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of those things, you blink and it's Thanksgiving and Dom's out there scoring touchdowns and Mike's not. And then
listen, it was an okay rookie debut for me, all right? I was the 31-year-old rookie out there.
It was not an Odell rookie performance. I can tell you that much.
Can I be honest? My calves still hurt.
Are you kidding?
I swear to God.
I was in a little bit of pain until about Saturday, and then Saturday I started to feel a little better.
I'm still feeling it.
Well, you also work a physical job, so.
Well, that's true. Yeah, so my body doesn't really have time to rest. But like, it's weird because I play hockey and that's like once a week, and like I guess it's just different muscles you're using when you're running versus skating. Because like I'm not in pain after I play like hockey games.
I was gonna say how long has it been since you've played hockey before the season?
Like 6 years.
And you after the first few games you didn't.
I felt
okay.
it hurt, but it more hurt my thighs.
Yeah.
Where like running after the football game, my calves were hurting. I don't know, it was weird. I never felt pain in my calves before.
Yeah.
Well, I had a couple nice catches. I got like basically tackled. It's a 2-hand touch game, and I got tackled in the end zone.
Did you at least play good defense, Mike?
I think I played pretty good defense. Dom, can you attest that I played decent defense?
I don't think somebody could play really good or bad defense in these types of games. Like
I had one bad read the entire game. One bad read on defense the entire game.
I mean, it's really hard to play defense.
It is
a 2-hand touch.
It is.
You know what I mean? I mean, as good as you could be, I guess.
Right. And listen, if we're being honest, the field we played on had more craters than the moon. Like it was, you're dodging holes. It's
not a great field.
It was not.
Every field in the city was taken. So
that's I make jokes, but there's a lot of fields here in Jersey.
It's never gonna happen.
I know it's never gonna happen, but like you could just go to like a high school, and we could play on a turf field. It would be great. It'd be awesome. Never gonna happen, but that's my bid for it.
Do they not do Thanksgiving games in Jersey?
Not really.
Really?
A couple here or there maybe, but not really.
I mean, like high school Thanksgiving games?
Yeah, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
I know a couple of them are
a few of them do.
Yeah,
but
a couple of them definitely do.
A few of them do, but I don't think it's like a main thing where like all the schools do it. Like I think we could find a field pretty easily in Jersey.
Wow.
And if it's not a high school field, you can find any sort of
middle school field,
rec league field. Like there's tons of them around.
Or just a park.
Or a park. There's so much more grass in Jersey versus Philly. It's just a fact.
It'll never happen.
It never in a million years because there's what 2 or 3 guys that live in Jersey, and everybody else is from
Yeah.
the city or Delco area, right? So
Right.
it'll never happen. But I'm just a year a year prior. I'm putting my bid in now.
Good luck.
Yeah. Another piece of news that has kind of happened with me is we shit on Comcast a lot. I'm no longer a Comcast customer, and I'm so fucking happy. I'm thrilled to get rid of that fucking
What, you have
company.
Fios?
No,
DirecTV?
no.
Streaming.
T-Mobile.
I cut the
T-Mobile.
cord. T-Mobile is
Wow.
where I went.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day.
I know. I did it, dude. I got so sick of
Paying
Comcast.
$300 a month for
Dude,
shit.
well, when we first signed up for it, when we first moved in this house 3 years ago, it was like $160. Then after a year, it jumped up to like $200. Then after
And then I'll tell you.
2 more years after that, it jumped to this month was going to be $240. I was like, it would jump from $210 to $240. I said, I'm done. I've had enough. So I got T-Mobile internet.
50, right?
I got T-Mobile internet for $50, YouTube TV for $70. I cut my bill in half. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm sick of
that's-
Comcast.
Now
We're an
can you-
economic podcast now. If you guys haven't,
Yes.
Mike, just for the fact, because I'm considering it myself, can you walk me through the T-Mobile? Is that a additional cellular thing on your line?
No.
That
Well,
Wi-Fi.
you can put it. I guess you could bundle it with your line,
Okay,
but it's just a separate thing.
and is it
like, so-
Wi-Fi?
It's yes. So they use their 5G connection, and this is not a paid advertisement from T-Mobile. If you want to sponsor us, go for it. But so the way it works is they use their 5G service. So the 5G goes. So like I don't use my like how you have like a cable like coax plug or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I don't have to plug it into that. You basically plug it into the wall and it gets a 5G signal. And then it's just a Wi-Fi. That's basic Wi-Fi. Now it's a little. I haven't really noticed that much, but it's a little weaker than like a Xfinity cable, just because you're using 5G instead of like straight from the line. So it's a little. It's not great, compared to Xfinity. So far, I mean, we're using it when I'm doing this live stream right now on the show, and you guys can't tell. Like my internet's fine, right? Like
Yeah. And you cut
So-
the bill in half so the kids can get
exactly.
so Santa can bring more presents.
Right, exactly. Yes, pretty
So
much.
we don't. Yeah. Santa's coming. everybody.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Another couple weeks. So that was the big news that happened here. Definitely recommend it
Nice.
because I
Nice.
hate Comcast. I'm so glad to be over that.
I'm fortunate enough to where I don't. So I pay for my internet, but I don't have to pay for my streaming service. So
Who do you mooch off of, Dom?
I'm not gonna name names.
Can't out your
We're-
sources.
Yeah, right.
Can I also
but
join?
I do mooch. So for a lot of things, Netflix, Hulu,
Disney
Sling,
Plus.
Disney Plus, all the above.
That's funny.
It's like Lil Dicky in that song, like
Yeah, save
he
that
gets-
money.
yeah,
Save that money.
he gets his Netflix from his cousin Greg. Thanks, Greg. Let's just say it's my cousin Greg.
Cousin Greg. Well, what streaming service do you mute? Is it YouTube TV or what streaming
Sling.
service? Sling. I heard good
Yeah.
things about Sling. Okay.
Sling-
I
It's pretty good.
I like YouTube TV. I've had it for about a year now.
I would not. If you're gonna get one of them, or one, I say Sling and YouTube TV are the two best. Hulu, I've heard, is okay, but it kind of sucks with the live sports. So
Oh,
really?
at least it did about a year or two ago. I'm sure they've improved, but yeah, I've always heard Sling and YouTube TV are the two best.
I
And
did
you
a
get-
I
you
did a
get the most
trial
for
of
your money.
I did a trial of Fubo. It wasn't too bad.
Fubo is not too
alright.
bad. I did a
Yeah.
free. We did a free trial to watch something, that wasn't available on Paramount or something.
Yeah.
We did that for a week, and that was okay. Even Paramount, you know what? The live TV on Paramount Plus, I can't stand this past week when
They have
Eagles
live
played
TV on Paramount Plus. I didn't know.
on CBS, like you can get live CBS. And,
Oh.
there's a few channels. So whenever the
Oh, okay.
whenever the Eagles play on CBS, like they did this past weekend, it sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like if it doesn't work, I have to delete the app and then re-download it, and then
Oh,
it's a
man.
pain in the ass.
That is annoying.
So
All right. On to first off, how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
I had 12 catches and a touchdown, so I had a pretty good Thanksgiving.
Fair
It
enough.
was great. It was great. I ate too much.
Yeah. Means you did it
So,
right.
yeah.
Mine was good. Besides, dude, if the Lions don't score that touchdown in that first game, I hit a $5,000 block pool at the end.
Oh,
At the
man.
end of the game with 40 seconds left.
It was
$5,000.
a meaningless score.
Yep, just literally like me and my brother had the block, and we're watching it, and I'm like, "Yep, this is how it's gonna be today."
Yeah, it's tough. That sounds about right. And that was the early game too, right?
Yeah, that was the first.
So
Yeah,
it's
that puts a damper on the whole rest of the
yeah,
know.
right.
Rest of the day, I'm just sitting there like, man, come on.
Yeah. Jared
Speak-
Goff.
Jared.
Speaking of the Lions, I know I texted you guys last night about it. Bye Bye Barry. Definitely recommend people catching that.
Yeah, I
checking
definitely
it out.
want to check that one out.
Now, Mike, is the name Bye Bye Barry because they talk about how quick he was in and out of the sport?
It's it's a big part of it, but they kind of talk about how really throughout his career he wasn't really a media guy. Like that's the reason he left so abruptly and didn't want to be in media. When he was drafted, they couldn't find him. He didn't want to be like he was never really in front of the camera. He didn't really like that. So they kind of talked about just how dominant he was and how he just wanted to keep to himself basically.
Yeah, that dude. I've watched. I remember back in the day, NFL Network used to do like the top 10 celebrations or top 50 celebrations, and the Barry Sanders handing the ball to the ref and act like you've been there before was number
Right.
one
Yep.
back then. I don't know where it would rank now.
They show that. They do talk about that. So it's I definitely recommend it. People checking that out.
Is it crazy to think that the Lions might have on their roster or have had on their roster the greatest running back and wide receiver of all time, and they both left in their prime?
I don't think he's the greatest receiver of all time, but he's
But
definitely top.
could he have been if he didn't retire?
You talking about Calvin?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Nah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Jerry Rice, I feel like is always gonna kind of be number one there.
I mean, I think there's two or three guys that I think you could make it a case for. Somebody who I think is top 5 that nobody talks about. Who I think is definitely maybe even top 4.
Moss?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like the thing about Fitz is he was so dominant and the longevity. Like, did he just retire or is he still in the league? Like he's
Yeah.
He's not in the league still.
Last
Year, right?
Yeah, no, I think like 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
fairly recently though. Like
Yeah.
just-
within the last 5 years.
And the dude was also always a professional his entire career.
sure. Yeah.
And like a great teammate. Like never saw any incidents with him. He never.
I'm not sure
Right.
he's had a bad season in his career.
I think his last year, Dom. I think he was kind of like might have been like a 600 receiving yard season.
But still, that's not.
Which that's not
Like,
bad.
No, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not bad. I'm gonna look it up right now. See what
Yeah,
he
that's what I'm
did.
doing,
So
I love Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
He is the professional. I like that he's
10,
on
11, 12, 13,
he was
14,
on-
15, 16, 17 seasons.
17
Yeah.
seasons.
This past year, 2020, he had a little bit of 400 yards, 409 yards. But he only
He
played
was-
13 games.
He was on the
Right.
the pregame show before the Eagles Kansas City Chiefs game.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that. He was like he took the Eagles because he talked about them being better in the trenches for
Yeah.
that game.
Now Fitzgerald, he won a Super Bowl, right, with the Cardinals, right?
No,
Didn't
they
they win?
lost.
They lost that Super Bowl.
They lost to Pittsburgh, right? That was
Yeah.
the one they lost. Yeah, okay.
That's the
The
one that they beat
Eagles
us
should
to
have
go
been
to.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The Eagles, I believe, like kicked the shit out of them earlier that year.
they
And
did. They
and they lost
absolutely
them.
did.
Yep.
And you know who else was on that team? Another favorite of mine, Anquan Bolden.
Arguably
There's a name.
a top 3 greatest hands of all time.
Hands of and do you remember that season? He broke his face on a catch
Yeah.
that year and played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I remember him saying it was they talked to him and they said like what was the big like that hit and he's like, dude, you think that was bad? Holding my 3-year-old on my lap and he threw his head back into my face
Yeah.
after I broke. He said it knocked me out.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback in college, right?
Was
I
he?
don't know.
I think he went to like UCF and he was a quarterback. I want to say that. I loved Anquan Bolden.
He's
I
really
love,
underrated.
I don't really have an opinion about Anquan Bolden.
I mean, if you needed a guy to be your flex receiver back in the day, and just to get you like 9 catches a game for like 70 yards and a touchdown, like that was Anquan Bolden.
7 of his 14 years, he's had over 1,000 yards.
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a good team that year. I don't know how we got there, but they had
I'm not sure either.
Steve Breston that year.
He did win a Super Bowl too.
Yeah, with Baltimore, right?
Yeah. Oh no, he was out of Baltimore by then. He went to San Fran and lost.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So he was in that Super Bowl, just lost it. Yeah. All right.
All right, well, on to the good thing to talk about. Eagles walk away with another victory. Let me cue up the song here because we gotta play it, right? There we go. Talk about a shootout.
10-1.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like it was gonna be a shootout. After the first half, like
I can't believe 2 years in a row we have the worst 10-1 team of all time.
Well, if you ask the national media,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
2 years in a row, it's the worst 10-1 team of all time.
yeah. This year they've only had the hardest schedule in the NFL. 10-1.
And that's the thing. Like, it's. I might have said on the show. I definitely told somebody before. It's like they go out and they play Miami and they beat Miami. Like that was when the hard schedule started, right? They went out and beat Miami. Oh, well, it was only Miami. Now the real test is coming. And then who do they play? The Cowboys.
Dallas.
They beat Dallas. Now the real schedule's coming. Then they go out to Kansas City and they win. Okay, well now they still have to play Buffalo, San Fran, and
Dallas again.
Dallas again. That's when it really gets tough. Then they go out and beat Buffalo. So I can't wait to hear the rest of this week them say, well, they still have to play San Francisco and Dallas, and that's when
And Seattle.
every week. Yeah, every week it's like they come out and they win, and it's just like, oh well, like the schedule didn't get hard enough yet.
yeah, but if they do lose to San Francisco, then it's gonna be like, oh well, maybe they're not that good, and
Well,
they
they're
lost to San
already saying that.
Francisco. Oh sure, yeah,
Dude, how dare they, Vegas, make the Eagles a 2.5 point
They're trying to steal
dog?
money. They're trying to steal money.
Like, are you kidding me?
at home,
Smart.
yeah,
They're
They're
Oh.
smart. They're smart.
Oh my god!
They're trying to steal money.
But how so?
Dude.
What does that do? What does that do to the betting though? If they're
Everybody's
going to
bet San Fran.
You think? I would
Yeah.
hammer the Eagles.
Yeah,
So would
I
I.
think it's the opposite.
When we
Well,
talk about
everybody in
1
Philadelphia
minute.
would. Everybody else outside of Philadelphia is probably going to bet San Francisco.
but you
Because
have
the
to-
national media is telling you that San Francisco is this good and the Eagles aren't as good as their records say, but San Francisco is better than their record says, and the whole league, the whole world is sitting here saying, "I'm going to take San Francisco -3."
yeah,
I just
dude,
think Vegas is trying to make money.
the Eagles win this week. I think the NFC is done. Like they could probably.
They have the
consider-
1 seed if they win this week.
Yeah, they can like rest Hurts if they want, or rest.
Well, you're not going to rest them for
No,
5
no,
weeks or
but I
whatever,
mean, like
but,
they
yeah.
could take it. They don't have to run these. They don't have to give us all heart attacks till the final play of the game.
right,
Right,
yeah.
like Lane, if like Lane Johnson who didn't play this week, like I feel like if it was the San Francisco week or it wasn't like if they would have lost to Kansas City, I think Lane would have played this week. But it's like guys like those, like if you could lock this up as soon as possible, you could sit Lane for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or you could, I mean, we talk about like DeAndre Swift,
Right.
Every time he touches the ball, we want to limit his carries, kind of,
Right.
So you could do that, at the end of the season or whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to rush Goddard back. You could actually bring him back in phases instead of like him trying to rush back to play this week. Like he's trying really hard. They said to play this week.
I wouldn't push it.
I wouldn't either. I don't think it's worth it.
They look how they're playing without him.
Yeah.
I mean, he helps. I'm not saying don't play him when he's, but just don't. I wouldn't put him out there if he wasn't as close to 100% as possible.
Yeah, maybe they don't have RPOs anymore,
Right.
or wide receiver screens, or designated quarterback runs up the middle.
I
On
don't think
3rd and 15.
I don't think that there are as many quarterback draws as are called as much as we think they are. I think Jalen goes up there and
Checks it out of it.
Yeah.
I disagree personally.
I think he does
The,
too.
the
I
one,
just think he moves so quick. Like as soon as the ball snaps, he's gone.
Yeah, because he's seeing it before the play happens. The one I think it was the 3rd and 15 later in the game when he got, or maybe it might have been a different one. He got stopped short. I think it was 2nd down. There was a flag on 1st down. They got pushed back, or 2nd down. It got pushed back. Redo 2nd down. He looks like he catches the ball, or he receives the ball and he runs straight up the middle. They were literally saying like the field was wide open in the middle. So like those are the things that I think he sees before the play happens that he's saying screw the play. I think he has more freedom than most quarterbacks in this league do because of that. Like the Smith catch against Kansas City that got to the 1 yard line, that was an audible by Hurts.
Yeah, that was.
So I think he's got much more freedom than a lot of other quarterbacks do because he has the ability to, take off with his feet.
I just right now I think he's not reading the defense well on the RPOs though. Like I really think that like he had a couple in that, like the fumble, that's on Hurts. Like he read it and then he was like, "Oh
Right.
God, let me hand it off now." And then there was 2 really bad.
Is that Gainwell?
It was
Gainwell. Yeah, like is that exactly what happened? Like I think it's hard to put blame on one guy. Like, you don't know. Do you know who's to blame for that play?
That's 100% Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
100% Hurts on that play. And I've been like very good this year with Hurts. Like that interception he threw in that game, like, yeah, it was a tipped ball. Like, again, that's one of those where you're like, okay, is that really his fault? But like mental awareness, like he just needs to be better on the RPO.
I don't disagree with that.
I think that personally, I think that Brian Johnson did a good job audibling and checking in the second quarter. I mean, we've been saying
both of the coordinators do it every week.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys think I have this really weird theory about Brian Johnson that the first half he throws all of these plays out there that are trash plays that he knows are scripted to get 1 yard or less, and then just so they can get that look again to get a corner to bite and then hit for a deep play.
I think you were giving Brian Johnson way too much credit.
I don't think it's that you're giving him too much credit. I don't think that an NFL team would do that.
I want to say that, but it's 2 weeks in a row. We've 2 games in a
it's
row.
fucking 12 games in a row. So.
Where we see them run the wide receiver screen, 3rd and 10, wide receiver screen. Like
I think
it's probably more likely that he's doing those in the first half, realizing, oh shit, it's not working. I got to do something else.
I also think they're getting better at these last few weeks, getting better at going from like the 30 or like the 40-yard line or even the 20, getting into the 5, where like in the first like 5, 6, 7 weeks, it was like they got to the 10 and just couldn't like execute from the inside the 10. I think they're doing a better job at getting inside the 5 and score, and then score. Like that's why I think the red zone offense is getting a little bit better.
they did say the red zone offense it went from like 27th in the league to 8th.
Now, with that being said, there was a point I think in the third or fourth quarter where I was just like, there was 3 plays in a row. I was like, what the hell is going on in the red zone? But for the most part, they've gotten better because, like I said, like I think they have a better chance. The plays that they're drawing up, they're getting better from 20 to inside the 5 than instead of 20 to the 10. It's harder to score from 10 yards than it is from 5. So
that is true.
And
the tush push is just unstoppable.
It's automatic.
It is like unstoppable. It's almost to the point where I was talking to my brother while the game was on. Why are they? And my brother's a Cowboys fan, so. But to the point where on 2nd and 1, why are they running the tush push there? Like, take a shot.
Aren't they?
Why are they? Take a shot deep on 2nd and 1.
Because you know you're going to get it on 3rd down.
You know you're going to get it on 3rd
and 1. Where were they in the field?
They were on their 40.
Okay.
And they ran it on 2nd and 1. I'm like, why? What's your thought process there? Take a shot deep, because you know that's automatic.
I would do it all 4 downs on the 1 though.
Really?
I'm dead serious. Yeah. 1st and goal in the inches, do it. If it doesn't work, do it again. It doesn't work, do it again. Doesn't work, do it a 4th time. And if they don't get it, they don't get it. They're like, it's almost automatic on the first try anyway. So,
not just that, they're getting to the point now where the officials are seeing the guys lining. Like the Eagles do not line up offsides, and I think they called. I think earlier in the season they had
Kelsey.
a really bad call on Kelsey. Yeah,
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It was Dickerson. It was supposed to be Kelsey.
and Dickerson's hand wasn't over the ball. It was actually the
So-
defensive guy who was over
Yeah.
the ball,
And it
they
was also
called him.
Kelsey's hand.
Yeah.
So Kelsey's hand's allowed to be next to the ball, isn't it?
Yep.
Right.
It is.
They thought it was Dickerson. So
Yeah, and it wasn't him. And now it's getting to the point where like you saw like they were able to get the guy off sides because like
Right.
they're so antsy about that move. Like I think somebody wants to be the guy to stop it and say like I stopped that, and now they're like ready to like jump onto it.
Well, I guess they figured I'm not stopping it anyway. I might as well try to get the perfect jump, and if I'm offsides, they were going to move.
yeah.
They were going to get the first down anyway.
Did you guys see McDermott? What he said?
No.
Did you read his lips? I forget exactly what he said. The guy goes offsides, and right before they cut, he said something like, "Oh, we tried," or like, he said something along the lines of like, "I'm not upset at my player for doing that. Like, this is what we talked about." And
That's right. He's trying to just jump. He's trying to jump it.
Right. So he said something like, not like, "Oh, we tried it." It was like, or,
Oh, well.
all right, yeah. Oh well, let's try. Like that's like that, it was something along those lines.
Well, listen, I mean, we can't get used to it because this thing will be banned next year.
How do you ban that play?
Well, guess what? The rest of the league is getting better at it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is it
A little
doing
bit,
it?
not
Yeah.
much. A little bit, slowly.
well?
Josh
but
Allen did it.
Yeah, but
this
do
game.
they? But do they have a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds?
Well, I don't think. I mean, what if there are teams that are
No, I'm
figuring
just-
out a different way? Yeah, right. No, I know.
What they say every time he does it.
Yeah.
Right. But I think if more teams are successful at it, you'll see less teams be upset about it. But
Dude, put a
Yes.
fullback back there. A fullback could do that
good.
on most teams.
I put Jalen Carter back there.
You could put Jalen Carter back
Yeah.
there. You could put Jordan Davis back there.
Did
He
you
got-
see that video going around
what?
of Jalen Carter in college? We played
No.
fullback on the goal
No.
line. Yeah. Dude, he trucked. It was on the goal line. He's playing fullback. They hand it off to the running back. He's in front of the running back. I think he put the guy in the third row.
Love that. Well, yeah, let's get creative. Let's get creative with it.
Put Jordan Davis behind it.
Yeah.
He's enough. Did you see his play
Yeah,
on
dude.
Josh Allen?
He can move.
Got
He
50
can move.
miles an hour on that play.
I thought it was 17. Somebody said 17.
Was it 17?
It was either whether it's 15 or 17, dude. Like honestly, like I can't even get to 4.
too, yeah,
So-
he's too large of a man to be running that fast. Doesn't make sense.
My wife saw that play live and she went, she was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Yeah, he's 300 pounds and runs like a fucking deer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "I would die," and I said, "Yeah, so would I."
I think they said on that play, Dom, that you're thinking is that Jordan Davis got to 15 miles an hour. I think
Allen got to
Josh
17.
Allen got to 17, but that's crazy that he was. I mean, that's a critical play there
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he was tearing them up all day with his legs, Josh Allen.
And did you see the Buffalo sideline
No,
when Davis popped up, dude? Like I forget who it was. Might have been one of the defensive line for Buffalo went up to him and like he said something to him and like Josh Allen like gave him like the praying hands. And dude, they were like hyping him up. One dude helped him up, like you could tell it was like big boys love big boys.
yeah,
But
Going to the offensive line a little bit. I know we talked about it last week about like concerns moving forward. 2 critical penalties from Jason Kelsey at the end of the fourth quarter.
yeah,
Almost cost him the game.
so
my thought. Go ahead.
the first one was a very weak call because he does centers do that a lot where they'll like move and then they'll like get down on a knee and turn around and look and then get set and then look again like that one kind of and
I think it was
also
just kind of his arm that kind of it was very
was.
slight. Yeah, it was
And-
a very slight arm movement.
and the defensive lineman jumped but the offense didn't react to it.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was and it's not like they snapped the ball. Like it was just a guy jumped off sides and then jumped back.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. If that guy didn't jump, I don't know they call it.
They don't call that.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I was gonna say I think that it happens a lot and we just don't see it from
Yeah.
the center specifically.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, I think that I think Kelsey's harder on himself than anybody in the national media. Like, I bet he's watching those plays over and over and over
Yeah.
again to make sure that it doesn't ever happen again for the rest
Oh, yeah,
of the season.
both him and Hurts, when Elliott kicked that field goal, they were both shaking their heads like they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
We should win this game on this drive. They were both pissed off that they had to kick the field goal.
I don't think Kelsey's been bad this year at all. I think he's been good, like solid, really good. But you could tell, like it's starting to really
Yeah,
have wear and tear heavy.
and he hasn't been bad.
No, not at all.
He's I just don't know that he's the best center in the. Maybe he still is. I don't know, but like
He's up there.
I think he's a Pro Bowler this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree he's a Pro Bowler, but maybe he's not the same Jason Kelsey from
3 years
even
ago,
last
yeah.
year, 2 years, 3 years ago. Yeah,
And that's all
Slowly
just wear and tear.
starting. Slowly
that's
starting,
that's just all wear and tear. I don't think it's necessarily like he's just not good anymore. I just
beat up.
Yeah, he's a little beat up.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, he had the game-winning block.
Yep,
A great block too.
Great
Yeah.
block.
And hopefully he can go out a champion this year if he does go out. So, by no means am I upset with him or disappointed or think he's been horrible or bad this year. Not at all. You can just tell. It's tough.
Yeah.
First play of the game, Jack Driscoll got blown up. Other than that, I think he played a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
I think besides that, like I think he played a pretty decent game. I
Yeah.
think Mailata has played a decent game.
The whole O line
Yeah.
compared to the week before.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, way better. Yeah.
So, I agree.
But I mean, they came away with a win, which is always good.
Mike, do you have? I don't know if you have it up. What Bradley Cooper said today.
I do not. No.
Oh,
Did he
we
say
should pull it
something?
up.
All right,
Did he say something? Oh yeah, I don't know if it was
Where-
today or yesterday.
Where can I find this? Is it
So it's,
YouTube,
it's Howard
Twitter?
Stern. You could probably find it on Twitter. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you really quick.
All right.
Well, can I real quick say, did anybody see what Debo Samuel said today?
He's a loser. But go ahead.
Not only is he a loser, he commented something on Bleacher Report, and he posted something, and I commented on it, and it got like a bunch of likes because he said, "quote I don't regret nothing I say."
Oh, I did see that.
So
yeah.
I wrote double negative. I guess he regrets everything.
Exactly. Ooh, I didn't mean
Whoa,
to do
what
that.
happened?
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. This is what I meant to do. I have this clip now.
There it is. Yep.
Assume is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did have it.
No, I just pulled it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I haven't heard this. I just typed in Bradley Cooper, Howard Stern, Eagles.
You're like becoming the Taylor Swift for the Eagles because when you're there at the game, they're cutting to you in the owner's box the entire game. Like, how does that happen? Does the owner get in touch with you and he goes,
So when I
"Hey,
did Silver Linings Playbook, back in 2010, the Eagles, opened up their enterprise to us to a large degree, and then I became friends with Jeff Lurie, and then Andy Reid was the coach at the time, and he was so friendly to me. I remember, and then I'm just lucky enough to be able to go to a lot of games and been able to bring my daughter and my mom and friends, and it's been amazing to watch my daughter. She now actually is able to tell when we're on defense and offense, and she's like, "Go D, go D."
do you get uptight saying to them, hey, I want to come to the game? I mean, because, you don't want to be a schnurrer. You don't
I don't
want
know
to
if this
take
is it.
advantage of their
Isn't it?
generosity. So you got to
Right.
time
It's a-
right. You can't go to every game.
Still got a
Yeah, true.
40
Okay,
seconds
I'm
left.
glad you're telling me that. Okay.
Oh, you didn't know. You've been going to every game.
Shit. Okay.
Here's the big question, and I really
Here it
want
is.
you to answer this in a serious manner.
Okay.
Sophie's Choice for 2024. You win the Oscar, not only for Best Director, but Best Actor, and Carey Mulligan wins Best Actress. Or the Eagles have a Super Bowl victory. What
Eagles
do you
Super
choose?
Bowl victory.
What?
Eagles.
Wow.
What?
Eagles. I know.
You're lying
I'm
now,
sick.
aren't you?
I
You're
don't
lying.
think so, bro. No.
The
I'm
Eagles.
not lying. I'm
You
not
know you
lying.
live in
Yeah.
New York now, right?
Real, authentic, diehard.
So
fan.
did he win for Silver Linings?
He's never won an Oscar.
He's never won an Oscar. Okay,
He's been
that's-
nominated a few times. He
Okay.
came in second the year he did
The movie
with Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Yeah. Star is Born.
Yep.
Yeah.
He came in second that year. He's been in countless movies that have been nominated, but he has never won.
That's the fact that he's never won. I don't know how much of that is true. You think it was all?
Oh, I think it's all. Look how quickly he responded.
Yeah, but like I don't know. He's seen an Eagle Super Bowl.
Listen,
You know
he
what I
knows
mean?
the
Like,
way to Philly heart. Don't get I'm not going to
Right.
sit here and say he's 100%. But I think it
He
is
saw
authentic.
he
because,
saw a Super Bowl not that long ago, and
Right.
this thing he's been striving for his entire life, the culmination of his career.
So,
He'd rather have an Oscar.
Dom, I think we just added Mike hates Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think that's-
Bryce Harper, Nick Sirianni, Bradley Cooper. It's crazy. Hates Philly guys. It's crazy.
No, I like Bradley Cooper.
I think it's authentic because how quickly he answered, and he even followed up and said, "Yeah, I'm sick, man. I know." Like
Yeah.
that.
He's
like
one of us.
That
One
right.
of
That
us.
right there.
One of us.
Because we all would sit here and say like something crazy about our Philly sports, right? Like Mike, would you would probably like give up a nut to like
Yeah, right.
watch the Flyers win 3 straight Stanley Cups? You know what I mean? Like
yes. Yeah. You
like
have them both.
because you're nuts, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Pun intended. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's I genuinely think it's that. It's just like I was born into this. Like,
All right. Yeah. Because he's from. Where's he from? What?
outside of the city.
Bucks County, maybe. I think
I'll look it up.
it's fairly local. I mean, fairly local from what I remember. I
It might be
forget
like
exactly.
Phoenixville.
I thought it was like Bucks County somewhere.
Well, that's in Bucks County.
Is that in Bucks
No,
County?
it's actually I think it's in Monco. But so he's from Abington. Oh wow, he's actually a lot closer than I thought. He's from Montgomery County, Abington Township. It's probably about
right outside the city, right?
10-15 minutes from the city.
Okay.
That's up. You know where that's close to? Where Little Dickie's from, Cheltenham.
Yes. It's
Oh, really?
Cheltenham. It's Cheltenham. It's Elkins Park, Cheltenham. It might be like Abington, Jenkintown, and then like Willow Grove, and then my mom lives up there.
Yeah.
It's like 10 or 15 minutes from my mom.
Okay.
My mom's further.
Okay. That's funny. I did not see that clip. Well, that was today. He said
The
this?
27th, yesterday.
So yesterday. Okay. That is funny.
Big Bradley Cooper guy.
You're a big Bradley Cooper guy. I've always
Huge.
seen.
Not. Mike's not.
No, it's not that I'm not. I just.
Well, listen. I know we're a sports podcast here. I saw an interview with him saying that, like, because his best friend's like Dax Shepard, and basically he was saying like doing the same roles over and over again. He said I almost quit acting. He said I was legitimately going to quit, and then he said I landed at The Hangover. I didn't think I was ever going to get The Hangover. I always played the same Wedding Crashers. Like I always played those roles.
It was great.
The
Wedding Crashers,
asshole.
though. It was
I'm
great
always the
Wedding
asshole.
Crashers.
I'm always the this guy, and I'm just kind of getting bored of it. I was going to go back home and be a constructor, whatever. And,
isn't that kind of what he was in The Hangover? Like he wasn't the asshole, but like
no, he was
he
like the
wasn't
hard
the
In
rock.
asshole.
Hangover, he's the main character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
kinda.
wouldn't say he's. I wouldn't say he's
They're
the
all
main
the main character. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I wouldn't say he's the asshole, but like he's
No,
like
but-
too cool for school kind of guy. Like,
But everybody likes him. Like that. Like
Yeah,
that
like-
was
yeah,
his
he's
thing.
like-
Like
yeah, it's
he
fair.
he went in and basically said like I went in an audition for The Hangover. Never thought I would get it. Got it. Did it, and my life changed.
Oh,
So-
totally.
So now he's doing Oscar movies. Like you know what I mean?
Right. Silver Linings didn't win anything. I remember when that came out.
It
that
was
got
up for Best
a lot
Picture.
Of buzz. Yeah.
I
I thought it
wanna
was.
say
I
De
thought it was a
Niro
pretty good
was-
movie.
It was really good.
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence too.
Yeah.
Robert-
De Niro.
Oh.
It won. She won Best Actress.
Okay.
J Law. So it was up for Best Picture. Up.
What won? that
He
year?
was nominated. He was nominated as well.
Who won
And-
Best Actor and who
and De
won
Niro
Best
was up.
Picture?
I
Who they lose out to?
what year was it? 2013.
Do I have that information?
I can get it in 1 second.
Argo. I'm going to say Argo.
I think Argo was before that. I think Argo was a year or two before that.
2013 Oscars. Hold on.
Yeah, it was Argo. You're right.
Oh,
Yep.
look at that.
There you go.
I only remember because 2013 was my senior year of high school, or going into my senior year, and we watched Argo the year before in AP, one of those classes.
Okay.
I feel like I remembered. that
So
being-
Jennifer Lawrence won Best Actress, Argo's Best Picture, Anne Hathaway for Les Mis was Best Supporting.
Daniel Day
Life
Lewis
of Pi.
for Lincoln
Yeah.
won Best Actor.
Best Director, Life of Pi was really good.
Never seen it. I heard it. I heard it's a good movie.
It's really good.
It's a
really,
good
really
book though, too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they're like on a boat or something?
Him and the tiger.
Yeah. Yep.
Never saw it.
It's really good. It's Dev Patel.
Yeah, I liked him in. I love Slumdog Millionaire.
It's really good.
It's really good. It's a really good movie.
Slumdog Millionaire fan.
Yeah. All right, back to you.
Yeah.
Anything else to take away from this game? I mean, I still don't think anybody really knows what the Bills are, and they're just kind of like, but what do you take away from the Bills though after like that game? I mean,
They
they're
have-
6-6 now. I don't know what to make of the Bills.
Their defense is like either really good or really not good.
Yeah,
I won't say they're bad, but they have those games where they give up 3 points and then they give up 38 or 30 points. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
they
Eagles
get to
scored,
the quarterback though. They
the
do
Eagles
get to the
scored-
quarterback.
Eagles scored 7 points in the first half, and they ended the game with 37. I mean,
Right.
That's crazy. And then for the eighth,
None were on defensive. No defensive touchdowns either.
Right. And for the Hurts wins his 8th straight, when he's down 10 or whatever.
Yep.
It's just nuts. I mean, when this team is down 10, we have them right where we want them. I'll just say that.
I think Cook is a good running back, but I think that's really what killed them last year was that they weren't able to run the ball in the playoffs, and I think that's still a factor.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
I think Stephon Diggs will never win a championship in his career. I think he's very self-centered, and he takes no accountability.
I
He
disagree
takes
with that.
no accountability
so?
for any of his actions.
I'm somewhere in the middle between you guys. I think
I don't get that vibe.
This year. I've really changed my mind on Stephon Diggs. I thought Diggs was. I still think talent-wise, he's still top 5 in the league. But I definitely going into this year, I'm like starting to think like, is he the problem?
I think he is.
Like, I don't know that it's a stat thing. I don't
Is he,
know that it's
though?
like, yeah.
Dude,
I mean, I think it's
yeah,
part,
but
part of the problem.
but Josh Allen. I don't know. Allen's had his struggles this year, but like Josh Allen wasn't the level of Josh Allen until Diggs got there. Look at his stat. I don't know for sure, but if I had to
He
guess, his
he
stats
was
not
probably-
going
saying-
there.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but he didn't get there till
I'm not saying
Diggs
that.
got there.
I'm not saying Diggs isn't a good player. I'm saying that Diggs is more of a culture issue than he helps the team.
I think he-
he creates a
behind
lot
closed
of
doors
drama.
especially.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
think so?
He looks like so Gabe Davis missing that wide open touchdown, right? Should have won the game on that play. They get to the sideline and he's not coaching up Gabe Davis, but it looks like they're talking about Josh Allen.
He sits out plays too, like
Yeah, he
big
does.
moments. A
Yeah,
couple
Gabe
times in this
Davis?
game. No. Stephon Diggs.
Diggs.
There was one point there were multiple points in the game, but especially the very end, the commentators literally said, "Stephon, that's weird. Stephon Diggs is not out there. He's just sitting on the sideline." Like I think if you're not at least a problem, because I think he is a problem, not the problem, or like the big problem. I don't like. I think you're out there. Like,
And-
Yeah,
and
I don't. Again, yeah, I agree. I don't think he's the problem, and I don't
He's
think that's what
a
you're saying,
problem.
Chris. But I think the lineup's flawed, and I think Josh Allen, and he really didn't suffer with it against the Eagles, but like Josh Allen doesn't know how to not turn the ball over. That's all he does. Turn the ball
that's
over.
also true, but I do think Diggs is a problem. I do. I think he pouts. He
does now. Now, what I'm gonna say is on the opposite side of it, because we had that guy here. I don't know if you remember, Alshon Jeffrey was Stephon Diggs. The same sort of
Sure.
oh, I want the ball, and then behind closed media, you're hearing
Yeah, but haven't we seen a little bit of that from AJ Brown? Like when he
I
does get the
think
ball,
AJ
he seems pouty.
he's not pouty. He wants to win. That guy is always.
I
so,
agree.
Well,
so I heard somebody say that today on while I was driving, and one of the co-host made a really good point. If AJ Brown is that guy where he's actually upset that he's not getting the ball, he's not sitting next to Devontae Smith every time they're off the field. Every time they pan to them, they're next to each other. If you have a problem that the other guy's eating, you're not standing next to him.
Here's the thing. I don't. The thing with Diggs is, I don't think he's pouting because he's not getting the ball. I think he's pouting because they're not winning games, and he came to win.
Yep.
But AJ Brown doesn't like you're saying, doesn't go to the media and stir shit up like Diggs did this offseason.
He did.
There was a chance that Diggs wasn't going to show up.
Yeah, that just disappeared. Like people thought he was gone.
They paid him more money. They probably paid him more money.
Yeah.
They probably slid him something. Dude, if I'm Stephon Diggs and you know what's going on, you don't let your brother post some stuff about like this you got to get him out of there. Like, you tell your brother, like, yo, dude, don't post about me.
Yeah.
Don't post about me. You want
I
to
think,
post
I think his brother's more of an asshole than he is.
But you don't allow that to happen.
Sure, yeah.
Like, do you remember when Al Horford was here and like his sister was doing that? Like, we all had an issue with that.
Sure, yeah.
Like, you don't do that unless you have an issue. And I think he's a problem.
And this just goes back to my statement that I've said on the show before. All receivers are divas.
Totally.
All of them. There's not one that's not.
Totally.
They're divas in different ways, but every single one of them is a diva.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you're a top guy if you're not.
I could find you.
We talked about it earlier. Was Fitzgerald wasn't really a diva.
Outlier.
Okay, yeah.
Calvin Johnson?
He had a little
retired. He retired because he didn't want to play for them.
No, that's
not right.
Dude, did you ever hear his story? They said him in the morning when he would wake up, his wife would know he was moving because he couldn't lift his feet up. He'd be sliding his feet because of how injured he was.
Oh yeah, I mean, but that's every guy.
Well, he got tired of feeling like that.
I'm not going to sit here and say.
But
I meant
he
like
had a little
current,
diva in him.
Current
guys.
Let me say this: the guys within the last 30 years, they all have some type of. They're all different divas, but you have to be.
Adam Thielen.
You have to be. Come on.
He's not like a top guy though. Like,
he
I don't.
At one point,
was he? I mean, I guess technically, but
Cooper Kupp.
See, this isn't fair. You just named two white dudes. Yeah, I mean they.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah, you keep going, and he was also a diva.
Yeah, he was also
a diva. Yeah, Cole Beasley was an asshole.
But like look at the top 10
Danny
receivers, right?
Amendola.
Like AJ Brown. AJ Brown's a diva. Jamar Chase is a diva. Stephon Diggs is a diva. CD Lamb is a diva. Jefferson's a diva. Like
yeah.
Randy Moss was a diva. T.O. is a diva. Like
Travis
these
Kelce,
you have to be.
diva.
You have to be.
Marvin Harrison.
He also
is he
dates a diva. Probably.
True. Marvin Harrison. I didn't really get that vibe from Marvin Harrison.
I'm not going to say every single guy in the history of the league. 95% of them.
You said all receivers are divas.
I meant like more current guys.
What are the top 10 receiving leaders
In the league this year or
right now?
All time?
Right now.
In yards?
Puka
I'm going to
Nacua?
say, I don't know, man. He had like a 3 or 4 week stretch where he was invisible.
Yard by yards. Let's go yards here.
I'm going to say it's AJ.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's
number one.
Definitely a diva. 2, Keenan Allen. Do you consider him a diva?
I think so. Somewhat. They're all divas in different ways. They're not all the same diva.
That's fair. CD Lamb, I would say diva, right?
Yeah.
AJ Brown, diva.
Yeah.
DJ Moore, diva.
Yes.
Amon-Ra St. Brown? I don't really think of him as a diva. Do you?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really get that vibe.
He gets fed a lot, though.
Sure, yeah. Stephon Diggs, yes. Puka, I feel like we don't know much about him.
No,
yet.
we don't know him.
Yeah, right.
He might be invisible next year.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Of course.
Brandon Ayuk, Mike Evans, I don't really think of as a diva.
Because he gets his.
Well,
too.
yeah, but he also had that whole contract thing.
Yeah, true.
This year.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just because you're a contract. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but he had a. I always hate guys that like want more money when you already signed a deal.
No. He didn't want more money. He wanted to be locked up for next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he didn't he have a con. And did they?
No, he's a free agent.
Oh, he still is a free agent then.
He's
too.
going to be he told them, I want to be locked up after this year, like for after this year. And they basically just said like, oh, like we'll figure it out. And then nothing got done in the summer. And he said you have until he gave him a deadline, basically.
Sounds a lot like James Harden.
Dude, good for him though. Good for Mike Evans to do that, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to not back down, and him to still go out and play hard. Like he's still playing.
Yeah, that's why I don't ever think of him as diva. He said, "Hey, listen, I want to figure this out. If I can't, I'm not going to hold out. I'll just get."
But like
my
I said, these guys are.
He's like, I'll just get my 8,000 yard season.
They're just divas in different ways.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm sure he's got his issue. Like I don't think you could be if you're not a guy that says like, give me the fucking football. Like Kobe was a diva. Like you know what I mean? Like
okay,
that's not a bad thing usually.
Is
like,
Devontae Smith a diva?
I don't. I think he's more like a Diggs, where early in Diggs' career he wasn't really like this, and then once he realized I'm a top 5 guy, I still think there's like I don't think Smith is now, but I could see him going into that direction where like at one point he's going to be like, I need mine. I hope not.
I don't see him being like that. Did any of you catch?
Yeah, but did you ever see Diggs being like this before he went to
No.
Buffalo?
Well, Minnesota at the end.
He got a little bit. Yeah.
What did he do in Minnesota though?
He asked to be like he wanted to be traded.
Well, yeah, I mean but 100 guys asked to be traded every year
Yeah.
in every sport.
Did you guys see Devontae Smith's post game comments
I don't think
where
so.
they asked
I
him
did
about
not.
the Jake Elliott kick?
No.
They asked him, "Well, how do you feel? We know some guys watch that kick, some guys don't." And he said, "The guys that don't watch that are people that don't know greatness." And he said,
Okay.
"I knew he was going to make that kick. We all knew he was going to make that kick."
I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
Where's Jake Elliott now in your like top kickers of Eagle? Is he?
he's
higher
bad,
than-
yeah.
He's number one over
I don't think
Akers.
he's close.
He's over
yeah.
Akers.
Yeah.
I actually think he's been there for a little while, but
Really?
Well,
Personally?
I think the last year or two you could start to have the conversation, but I think now, yeah, definitely. And it's the consistency, it's the clutch moments that he's had. Like I don't really remember Akers having that many clutch moments. Maybe here
And
or
you know what?
there, but
we joke about how like earlier on in his career, like his first 2-3 years, he couldn't hit the
kick
extra
the short
point.
ball. Couldn't kick the short
Right.
ball in general.
But you know what? Like
Cleaned
we
it up,
haven't
man.
had that issue in like 5 years.
Cleaned it up, yeah. Like because it was great. We always made the joke. Oh, he's great from 45 plus, but he sucked from 20 to
Right.
35.
We would always joke, score the touchdown and just get 4 penalties, four
Right.
4 false starts, and then
Yeah.
he'll be in his
And then he's
comfortable range.
automatic.
Yep.
Okay, so are you guys at that point yet where it's okay to buy a Jake Elliott jersey?
You don't
I
see
thought it was
kicker
fine a
jerseys
couple years
often.
ago.
You don't
Yeah?
see kicker jerseys.
I
Often.
know one person that has a Jake Elliott.
jerseys.
I know one person that has a Jake Elliott. My wife wants one.
Really.
Really?
Fair enough. I mean, I'm just over the history of the NFL. I mean, maybe we've seen some Vinatieri jerseys, but like, you don't really buy a kicker jersey.
I
Doesn't
remember
happen.
Akers was a big one.
Akers, yeah, I don't
Akers
remember
is a
Akers.
huge one.
Yeah,
And I feel like kickers might be your best bang for your buck because they're probably going to be on the team the longest.
the good ones.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Because once you have a good one, you don't want to get rid of them. But if you have like a mediocre one, you're every 2 years there's somebody new
Like
coming
Alex
in.
Henry.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
who was Sturgills who got hurt, right? For Jake Elliott,
Was it Cody Parkey?
Parkey.
I thought Parkey was the year before.
Was
Sturgis.
it? Was
Yeah,
it
with
Yeah, I
Sturgis?
think because Parkey got hurt. They brought
Yep.
I think they brought in Sturgis. Sturgis kicked like halfway through the year, and then he got hurt like week 2 of the Super Bowl year. They bring in Jake Elliott, and then it's
Giants
history from there.
I think was the Giants game his first game.
It might have been the game before that. But thank you to the Bengals.
Yeah. And they drafted him too.
Like the 4th round.
yeah.
How after did they cut him? Like was
That,
it
I think it was
year?
the year. Yeah, I think it was,
was
that year.
it?
I
How
think it
do
was
you, like,
2017.
I guess these teams are just so desperate to just have success that like you're willing to cut a 4th round pick that season. It's just kind of crazy.
Remember when the Bucks drafted
Robert
Um,
Aguayo.
Yeah, yeah.
Second
Yep.
round draft pick.
Yep.
Yeah, and what's he up to now? Flipping
Florida
burgers?
State.
He's flipping burgers.
Yeah.
You know, Janikowski went in the first round.
That's probably
Okay.
the last
Oh,
kicker
he was
to get in the
fifth
first round, right?
Jake.
Janikowski, yeah.
Jake.
See the,
Sorry.
Jake Elliott.
Jake
So
Elliott was fifth round.
Janikowski, is he the only kicker to go in the first or just the last?
I think he was the last. I think he was a high pick, too.
How do you, I mean, I know he had a great career, obviously, but how do you
Here's the
justify
thing.
taking a kicker in the first round?
If you have a great kicker, they're very, very valuable.
Sure, yeah.
But you have to bank on him being a great kicker.
Right, like how do you have the balls to take
Well,
a
okay,
kicker? Because
all right.
if it doesn't pan out, your job's gone tomorrow.
So, Sebastian Janikowski, what pick do you think he was taking?
I'm
gonna
gonna
say-
say 18.
I'm going to say 12.
17. Close,
Okay.
Mike. He played for 18 years. He was only a Pro Bowler one time.
Was it
Really?
all with the Raiders?
17 of the years with the Raiders, 1 year with Seattle.
Okay.
He was
Only
a Pro Bowler
once.
in
Well,
2011,
I guess-
What year did he retire?
2018,
Okay. And you said how
listen, if you-
17-year career or 18-year?
18.
Like I know Pro Bowls isn't like end all be all, but if you're taking a kicker in the first round,
Yeah, he's
You need to
better
s-
be.
you better be a
That's what I'm
perennial
saying.
Pro Bowler.
Right.
You better win the 1982
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
So, okay, right. So, September 12th, 2017, the Philadelphia Eagles signed Elliott off of the Bengals practice squad after the Eagles starting kicker, Caleb Sturgis, was placed on IR. Elliott made his
What year was
first
this? Sorry.
NFL 2017, the Super Bowl year. He made his first NFL appearance in Week 2 of the 2017 season against the Kansas City Chiefs.
And then week 3 was the Giants kick, wasn't it?
Yep, we were there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't realize he made that kick his second game.
Yep, his first home game.
I didn't realize that. I thought we had him for a year or two at that point.
Carson
Nope.
Wentz gave him his game check.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Do you think he really did?
If I was Elliott, I'd be like, here, endorse it over to me now.
yeah. Here you go.
Right now.
Here you go. You can have it. You probably need it more than I do.
Yeah.
Now he does.
I mean, he's still getting paid, so
Well, yeah. I mean, where did he end up
He's on the
going?
Rams now, right?
the Rams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's holding the
Did you see?
clipboard
Did you
for
see
them.
what the kid from Seattle said to him after the game?
No.
One of the DBs went up to him after the game. And was like, "Oh man, you're a legend." Like, I don't know if he was being like an asshole to him or like he was actually serious, but like he looked starstruck.
That's
And
funny.
Wentz was like, "Oh, man, you are like you're a legend."
Do you think do you think he's gonna turn into like a career backup now, or will we
Dude,
see
could
him
you
pop up in like the
imagine-
USFL or the XFL or something?
Could you imagine Stafford goes down, right? Is it Stafford back?
Yeah.
Stafford's been back, yeah.
He goes down. Wentz comes in, wins like the last 5 games of the season.
They get in.
They get into the playoffs and they make a run with Wentz.
And it's not
And
happening.
then he's like a Kurt Warner story all over again.
It's not happening.
Feel good story. The guy that got moved around place to place.
It's a good story.
Yeah, Kurt Warner, yeah.
I'm not buying it.
I'm
Like,
not-
he had better scenario, like better situations. I think, like the fact that the Colts situation didn't work out, that seemed like the perfect scenario for him,
yeah, well,
and he
Frank
couldn't make
Reich,
that work.
Frank Reich can't coach. 'Cause he
No,
got-
well,
He's
to be fair, he didn't. He got a raw deal in Carolina. Like he coached,
did.
like that
Well-
roster sucked. You have a rookie quarterback. You could let him coach 11 games.
Here's why I think he came in. They all wanted Stroud, and he talked them into to Young.
You think?
And yeah, that's
You
my
think that's what
opinion.
happened?
I mean, that's what I think happened. Because in no world was Carolina supposed to be any good this year. It's
No.
fine that they're 1-10. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's the fact that he was
He
able to
just-
talk them into to Bryce Young,
And Stroud's lighting the world
and
on
Stroud
fire
is
right now.
he's in MVP conversation as a rookie. So like
Sure.
I really think he talked him into Young, and nobody really wanted Bryce Young. They wanted Stroud, and they're seeing the repercussions. Now there is still time for Young to come back. Next year he might
It's a
be great.
rookie,
I don't know.
like, Yeah,
Right,
it's,
Right, he might be great next year. The biggest thing for NFL quarterbacks is year 1 to year 2. So he might be great next year. But my thing is like it's probably more off the field issues than like not
Well,
issues,
dude-
but like maybe he's just not as smart as they thought he was, or like he can't.
I just
read
don't know how
defenses
much
as
you
good
can-
as they thought.
I just don't know how much you can learn about a coach when you have that roster and you've seen him coach 11 games.
But that's why I'm thinking it's the quarterback thing. That's what
yeah,
I'm
it's,
thinking.
It's the, yeah. Okay.
Dude,
Did you
I'm
see the video? Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Don.
I was just gonna say, did you see the video that went viral? I think it was yesterday, or the day before, after the game. It was Josh McCown went up to Stroud during his pro day and said, "You want to go? You want to play? We got to play horse, like the basketball game." And Stroud goes, "Oh, we got a court in the back. Let's go." He's like, "No, we'll play when you move to Charlotte." And McCown was the
Well,
quarterback's
dude,
coach.
that's what I was just going
He
to
got
say.
fired too.
Dude, you can get the band back together. You can get Reich, McCown, and Duke Staley got fired too.
Shit, dude, you could have gotten Wentz a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah, dude. Bring him back.
What's Deuce done? I never understood that. Like he wanted to go get a better coaching job. It's like,
Well, he
You
thought
got-
he
got-
overlooked.
yeah, but like I don't know. Just because your name's Deuce Staley doesn't make you qualified.
I think with him, he did want to try to get a chance to, but you left somewhere. Sometimes you have to leave places, and even in regular jobs,
Yeah, of
and
course.
keep the same
Title.
like title to go somewhere else. But like clearly, like he's had a couple interviews at other places of being a head coach. Being a head coach, clearly there's something there that multiple franchises don't.
Yeah,
think
why
he's
don't you try to
qualified.
be an offensive coordinator first? Like
Yeah,
Yeah, what
I
what was
mean,
his title? Like
some guys do
assistant
make the
to the
jump.
head coach or
head
something?
coach
Yeah.
and
assistant
and
to the
running-
regional manager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he said? He said you only miss 100% of these shots you don't take.
Wayne
Wayne
Gretzky,
Gretzky,
Michael Scott.
Scott.
It's
Um,
funny. It's funny. That quote is so quotable because of The Office. I've never even watched The Office, and I know that quote from The Office.
Yeah.
It's great.
It hangs up in my office.
Does it? It's great. The
Next
Office is an
to-
overrated show.
Next
You're so
to
wrong about that.
Mike,
I'm not wrong.
you'll
you're
like
so
this.
wrong.
It hangs up next to a poster that says "Be a goldfish" from Ted Lasso.
Be a go. Oh,
So let's talk about The Office for a second. You are the type of person too that even if you did like it, you're still gonna find a way to hate it.
that's not true.
Yeah, it is.
That's not true.
100%.
It just doesn't make me laugh.
Okay.
That's like.
So, did you ever get past the first season?
To be honest, I never really tried to watch it like that. I've
No,
just watched
you-
episodes. I
No,
watched episodes here or there when
It's
when
the
it was
character
like on.
development
Yeah.
throughout the series that
Okay.
makes it funny.
All right, maybe
Like,
I'll
The
give it a
first season is not.
You watch them develop from like the first season to the second season to the third season, and they like it might not be funny to you because you're watching an random episode, season 4, episode 6. But if you watch Kevin in season 1, episode 2 to season 4, episode 6, like you're
Right.
like, oh yeah, this is hilarious because
You'll understand it.
Fair enough.
you should give it a try. You should
Maybe I will.
actually
Maybe I will.
give it a try.
Maybe I will. The thing is, I just don't have time to watch shows. I started because I never really watched It's Always Sunny. I might have talked about
Oh
that
my
on here.
God.
I watched like the first 5 or 6 episodes and I fucking loved it, and I haven't touched it since. I just haven't had the time.
Dude, you love the first 6 episodes?
I thought it was great. Yeah.
Dude, if you love the first 6 episodes of Always Sunny, you're only gonna like it even more because the
Yeah, I
first
believe
5 or
it.
6 episodes were awful.
Oh, really? I love it. I just haven't had the time to continue it. But
Dude, if you ever
I
get
think
the
it's
chance, I think we talked about this. They have a podcast where
Okay.
they talk about the show, as in like season 1, episode 1, and they talk about how they came up with the idea for that episode.
Yeah,
Like, for
Entourage
each
does that
episode?
too.
Yeah, exactly, and they go through it. Do they, Dom?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out. But I want to jump back into that because I thought the first handful of episodes were really funny.
Dude, it only gets funnier once Danny DeVito
I've
gets
seen-
on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the first season and a half, 2 seasons, and I loved it, and I fell out of it because it's a lot. It is a lot. Like there's a lot of episodes. There's a
Yeah.
lot of seasons.
There's a
It's,
lot of
you know,
things going on always.
Right.
Dude, I'm watching it right now, literally. Like when I'm done this, I'm watching it over. I'm on like the 15th season right now.
And
Yeah.
it started in like what 2005 or something. 06?
5, I think,
Yeah.
or 6. Yeah.
And like you know, I didn't realize it started that long ago. I started to watch it. I'm like, this quality sucks.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's awful.
Well, dude, nobody would pick them up.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
nobody would pick them up at all. They actually, if you watch episode 1, Bud Light sponsored them, and they got their sponsorship pulled after the first episode because I think the first episode was the gang gets racist.
Yeah.
And I-
familiar.
Was the is
I think
so
it is.
early on? I don't remember if it was that episode. I remember early on they they turned their bar into a gay bar. That might
That
have been the
was
first
episode
episode.
1.
Yeah, it was episode
Yeah,
1.
dude,
Yeah,
that
was
was-
it racist? Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
gang gets racist.
Yeah,
And the Bud Light immediately pulled their sponsorship.
it's a funny
so-
fucking episode.
And then
Really funny.
Coors Light was like, all right, we'll take it on.
Yeah. Back to football. Shuvi asks, hot question of the Broncos making the playoffs. What's with the Broncos?
Dude, the Broncos are playing good football.
I
Broncos are
think
playing
as
good
long I don't think Houston's gonna make the playoffs. As long as Buffalo keeps losing, I think there's a shot that Denver gets in.
Did they?
I think Cleveland's gonna fall off. I think.
Yeah, Cleveland, especially now with their backup out.
Right. I mean, like
They're
you
gonna have
look at the
P.J.
teams.
Walker.
You have the 3 wildcard teams are Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Indy. Like Denver's probably
in.
just as good, maybe even
Yeah.
better as those 3 teams.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why I
so
think
we-
Buffalo still has a shot to get in.
Yeah.
Like I could see a world where Houston, Denver, and Buffalo get in, and Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Indy are out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think it'd be fun to see Houston in there.
I like Tank Dell. He's actually someone that I really like, and I really like D'Amico Ryans. Like, I think it's like he definitely worked hard his entire career, like as a playing career as a linebacker, like played hard and like worked hard, and I think the team really appreciates that.
Nico Collins is a pretty good player too.
He is. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Pierce just fell off the wagon, and Singletary looks like he can run the ball again.
Yep. I drafted Pierce in like 2 or 3 of my leagues,
Yep.
so it's hasn't worked out well for me.
Dalton Schultz is having a good year down there.
Yeah.
I have him in fantasy in one of my fantasy leagues.
The Flyers just lost to Carolina. I was watching that live.
Weren't they up 2-1?
Nah, they lost 4-1.
I guess Carolina was up 2-1 when I saw.
Yeah, Carolina was up. Yep. What was I gonna say? Oh, let's do it. You want to do against the spread?
Yeah, I had a big week.
You did 3-2, I believe, right?
No, 4-1.
For which one? I have you losing Patriots -3,
Yeah.
and then the Jaguars -1.5.
Yeah, the Jaguars won by 3.
Did
Didn't
they?
Yeah.
You might be right. I don't know
Yeah,
why
they
I have it
did.
down as, okay, I don't know why I have it down as a
The
loss.
field goal would have tied that game. And
Yeah,
then-
they won by 3. Jags.
Okay, my bad then. You are 4-1.
Oh wow, man! Now we got to look at every single week to make sure he's got this right.
No, I do have it right. I don't know why. Okay, fair enough.
I'm just
Hold
kidding.
on, let me fix this in the record book here.
Oh shit! Wait, I still need to do another over under.
I have to do 2 over-unders because I didn't get to my over-unders yet. So, all right. So I will give the total. So Dom so far is in first, 27 and 28. I am in second, 26 and 29. So 1 game behind, and then Chris, you are now 24 and 31.
Okay.
So
I needed a big week last week. I came
You-
through.
You did certainly. So who wants to go first here?
If you
I
guys
still
are
gotta look for one.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll go first if you guys are
Alright.
still looking.
Yeah.
All right. Detroit -4.5 against NOLA.
Okay.
The Birds +2.5 versus San Fran.
Really going with them, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
The Rams -3.5 versus Cleveland.
Okay.
Over 38.5 Cincinnati and Jacksonville.
Really?
Yeah, I think Jacksonville's going to keep pouring it on.
Okay.
They have a shot to win to be
Well, Bengals can't really score, especially now with Burrow out.
and under 46.5 San Fran and Philly. I think it's going to be a dogfight.
Really?
I do. I don't think it's going to be a
Yeah,
high game.
I could see that.
Okay,
All right, what do you got, Dom?
I got Niners, Eagles +2.5.
You got the Eagles +2.5 as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I got Bengals, Jags -7.5. I know Chris was on that other side.
No. I have them.
Oh, the over under.
Over.
Sorry.
You said Jags -7.5.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I have the Dolphins at Commanders. Dolphins -9.5.
It's a big line.
It is. But the Dolphins beat the shit out of bad teams.
Yeah, but the Commanders. I feel like the Commanders find ways to stay in games. They don't always. They
not
lose
to
a lot of them,
not
but-
to good offenses. They don't.
Yeah,
Except the
that's fair.
Eagles.
Right.
The Bills put up 40 against them at home
Right.
or on the road
That's-
rather.
That's true. Yeah.
I got the Cardinal over unders. I got the Cardinals Steelers under 40.5.
Under 40.5.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
And then the Seahawks Cowboys over 46.5. I don't fucking know.
Fair enough. All right, so I have the Chargers Patriots. I got the Chargers -6. I have the Broncos and the Texans. I got the Texans -3.5. I have the Lions and the Saints. The Lions -4.5, and now I got to find two over unders that I didn't write down. So I'm just gonna pick random ones. Let's go. I don't like any of these.
Nah, they're really
Let's
bad.
go. Falcons, Jets under 34. It's a very very low over under, but I'm taking the over.
I
I'm
had to
taking the
stop
under.
myself from taking the overs.
Well, you did that. You did that last week. What did you pick last week? You picked over 33.5 for Patriots Giants because it was so low. They scored like 17 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10-7.
Yeah. What's my last over under? What do I want to go with? Let's go. Fuck. Yeah, I don't like any of them. You know what? Let's go Niners Eagles under 40. 6.5. Stick with that. All right. So real quick, final thing I kind of wanted to talk about, at least for the Eagles wise, is Shaq Leonard. Do we like the Eagles' chances of scooping him up? I mean, it makes too much sense for this team, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's a foregone conclusion.
But I thought he would leave.
Dallas.
Yeah, I was
without
gonna
a
say
deal.
like once he was meeting with Dallas, I thought they wouldn't let him leave without a deal.
Yeah, and he's coming
he's
to
smart
Philadelphia tomorrow.
Yeah,
he's smart enough to see all of his options.
true.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Why not?
Right.
It doesn't hurt you.
Yo, did you guys see? You probably didn't watch it because it was an awful game last night, the Minnesota and Chicago game.
Didn't watch a second.
I heard it was terrible.
Dude, it was so bad, but the national commentators, they're saying that TJ Edwards is having a Pro Bowl season down there in
He
Chicago.
was great last year. He was great last year for
Like,
the
he's
Eagles.
having a great season down there. Or over
don't
there,
like
left there, west there.
Over there, yeah, over there, over and up.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah. Over and up there. No, I mean he was really good. I mean, the first half of the season, even still now, you could argue they're kind of missing him.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. You guys got anything else? Want to talk about before we
No.
get out of here?
I'm
Very
really happy Ohio State lost. Really
who
happy.
But it doesn't make it better
Was that
that it's
Michigan?
Michigan.
That was
They lost
Michigan,
to
right?
Michigan, but
Yeah.
I love seeing Marvin Harrison Jr. with his head down on the field upset.
Oh, that's not nice.
He's gonna be so good.
so
I
good.
I love seeing that. I love seeing Kyle McCord have an awful game because they're
He's
both.
gonna be catching. He's gonna be
What's-
catching passes from, Williams.
Bryce Young.
Caleb
Oh,
Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, in Arizona.
They're gonna go pick 1 and 2.
Yep.
Very happy to see that.
What's your deal with Ohio State? Just you being a Penn State guy?
I have an issue with McCord and Marvin Harrison Jr.
What?
It's because he's a Penn State guy.
Yeah.
Well, It's not just
If
'cause
those
of
guys
that.
weren't on that team, you still wouldn't hate them.
If they weren't on that team, would I hate them?
If they played for
come
Ole
on.
Miss, if they played for Ole Miss, would you care about them at all?
both of them together, maybe because they both played for St. Joe's Prep, so they're both from the city, and like,
Oh,
you go
really?
out- yeah, they both
didn't know
played
that.
for St. Joe's Prep, and you guys both go out to Ohio State. Come on,
That's what happens.
go play for Temple. I'll cheer for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Temple. Because Temple's a big program. Yeah. You have a chance to go to Ohio State, and you're Marvin Harrison's kid. You have a chance to go to Ohio State, you're going to choose Temple? Get out of here.
No, they should have chose Penn State, and they could have kept Drew Aller, Penn State's quarterback.
Yeah, they
for that
wanted
whole
a
run.
chance
They
to
should.
win.
They should.
They wanted a chance
they
to win a national championship. They ain't doing that at Penn State.
They should have. Marvin.
They're not going to do it. They're not doing it at Ohio State.
You're right. They're not
should've-
going to Ohio State either, but you have no
should've-
chance at Penn State.
They should have just followed Westbrook's Stepson went to Villanova.
Nova, yeah, Nova
Yeah,
Nation,
Nova. No, they're not even D1, are they?
D1
Football?
AA,
Oh, it's-
D1 AA. They could have went to Penn, maybe.
yeah,
Played in
Penn.
the
yeah.
in the.
Want to play for a
IBH.
Philadelphia community college while you're at it?
Well, that would be pretty deep. LaSalle.
I'm kind of disappointed in you a little bit because you didn't give me the right answer when I asked the question. Would you still hate Ohio State even if those guys weren't on the team? I'm disappointed in you.
You mean to revert with if you would hate Ohio State?
Then Mike asked if they went to Ole Miss. So then I did. Would I still hate them? Or would I
Yeah.
still hate
What
Ohio
was the question?
State?
Would you still? What was the question? Would you still hate them if they weren't on Ohio State, or would you still hate Ohio State if they weren't on it? Those are two different questions.
Yeah. Which one are you answering? Because the answer is yes to both.
Well, I was just saying you didn't say anything when I asked you if they didn't play on Ohio State, would you still hate Ohio State? You went,
Yes.
well,
I thought you asked that question that Mike just asked. Would
Yeah, I
still-
thought it was
No,
backwards. I
no.
thought, would you still hate them if they were on Ohio State?
no, sorry, I meant Ohio State.
Okay. Yeah, he would hate. Yeah, because he's a Penn State guy.
Right,
have to.
right,
Yeah.
okay,
Have to.
I'd be concerned if you didn't hate Ohio
right,
State.
right.
Plus,
I hate all of them, to be honest.
yeah,
Ohio State.
Chris probably hates Penn State more than you do. So
I do. I've been
They've
calling for-
they've struggled this year, right?
I
What's
mean,
the what's the
no.
coach's deal?
They're
No, I
10
thought
and
the-
2.
their offense can't get going. Is that what it is?
They're 10
Yeah.
and 2. I mean, they're going to play.
they have
every year.
their head coach is a
the
great
greatest recruiter.
a
of all
great
time.
recruiter.
But a dog
But
shit
just-
coach, from what I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a
it
bad.
doesn't
play caller.
translate.
Yeah, but you're Penn State. Like, do you ever really have to be that great at recruiting? Like, don't you
Well-
just get people?
Well, before he came here, I mean, like how many Sean Lee? Like that's like
Navarro Bowman.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah,
also like
right.
but there's also the period after the whole scandal that like I feel like they're so far removed from that now that like you're Penn State. I don't know.
Yeah, they get 5-star recruits every year,
All right, let's see.
but
right.
you
but-
got to still convince them to come.
and
over
you have
Ohio
to
State.
and you have to when these kids that are coming to commit, you have to say, look who I just sent to the NFL. Even though it doesn't matter for James Franklin, like necessarily, like about when guys leave Penn State, but that's the selling point.
yeah, how long of a list is that on the James
Micah
Franklin?
Parsons,
Oh, it's huge.
Micah
Saquon.
Parsons, Saquon, Sanders, Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah,
and these
fair-
guys
fair
are
enough.
really good. Like
Totally, yeah.
Mike Gesicki.
who's the receiver from last year? Dotson.
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah,
KJ.
these guys get
Hamler.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been.
Even
They've been
even
waiting.
even Allen Robinson had a good career,
Yeah, he
like
did
the
but
first
he
5 or
was-
6 years.
He was under O'Brien.
Okay,
Yeah, he
The
was on-
quarterbacks out of Penn State just suck.
Clifford's on an NFL roster. McSorley's on an NFL
McSorley.
roster.
Sure.
Adler's probably going to be on a roster too.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
That's his selling point. Is look who I've gotten to the NFL because
Yeah,
that's
we
all
can't-
these guys' goals.
Sure,
you know?
but if he's a great recruiter and a shit coach, can't you just like move him into the athletic department as a recruiter and hire a new coach?
You could, I guess.
They
Well, he
print
did-
money, like
he just signed a 10-year, $100 million contract last year, so he's not.
he
going,
did.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Why did they do
But
that?
but also, it to be able to keep him, he's your head coach. Like he could just go anywhere else and say, well,
Anywhere else.
yeah. he could just
USC
say,
was calling for him last year
Yeah.
when they lost theirs.
why would I stay at Penn State to be an advisor if I could be a head coach somewhere else making the same amount of money, doing what I want to do?
I guess. I don't know. Listen. Hopefully he stays. They'll never win anything. Sorry, Chris. I hate all the Big Ten college teams. I don't know why.
Why do you hate the Big Ten?
I don't know. I
Are you gonna hate
Should
them?
hate the Pac-12.
Are you gonna hate them next year when they're the Big Ten / Pac-12?
That's the other thing about college football, college sports in general that confused me. It's like the teams just move conferences every other year. It's confusing.
No,
as
this
shit.
is the first time that it's been like this.
About
That
12 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
in a long
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, it just seems like these conferences are always moving and shaking.
yeah. The
It's all
Pac-12.
about money.
The Pac-12.
Sure.
I think the Pac-12 is dissolving.
It's getting there.
I think there's only 2 teams left in it. I think it's
Uh,
Stanford and Oregon State.
So not the Pac.
Washington moved, right?
Yeah, Washington, Oregon, USC, and Cal.
Hawaii.
So they're
Hawaii's
not.
Mountain
Are they-
West.
Okay.
So they're not the Pac-12 anymore. They're the Pac-2.
Yeah, the Pac-2.
The Pac-2 Shakurs.
Yeah, because Utah moved.
Oh, it was a good
Utah-
joke. It was a good joke, and both of you missed it.
What'd you say?
The Pac-2, like Tupac Shakur. No, it,
Yeah,
was, it was a bad
really
joke.
bad.
It was a
It was
bad
really
joke,
bad.
but
That's really
one of you guys should have got it. I don't know.
It's almost as good as your performance on the field on Thursday.
I had like 3 great catches.
Yeah, 3 great catches for 6 yards.
No, that's not even close to true.
Did they run the shove to you, Mike?
No, I ran like a nice 10-yard little out route kinda and hit me.
10 steps is not 10 yards.
It was not 10 steps. It was not 10 steps. I think very big steps.
Okay.
Was the field the field was probably what, 30, 40 yards?
Probably a little bit bigger. Yeah, probably a little bit bigger.
40,
Yeah.
50.
Was Dom eating it up down there?
Well,
Killing it.
see, yeah, but Dom went like a step and a half and he caught the ball. Like
Listen, man.
he had 12 yards and I had 3, but we both probably had the same amount of yards.
No way.
But who had the touchdown?
He did because
In the
I got my head taken off
In the
at the
fantasy
end
league,
zone.
Gotta
who
catch
scored
that ball.
Who scored the more points in fantasy football?
Oh, me by far.
Oh, by far, yeah.
So he had 12.
PPR or no PPR?
PPR.
Then yeah, he destroyed me. Fair enough. Listen, I'll come back bigger, stronger next year.
I'll hold you to it.
Just get
If
a
we need
field.
one, I'm
Just get a
in.
field that doesn't have a bunch of holes in it, and I'll be all right.
All right, we'll see. Always the excuses.
No excuses.
Blames the field. You're like
I'll
Stephon
put-
Diggs.
All right, guys, we get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it this week for Fired Up. Check us out at Fired Up Sports on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Go listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Leave a rating, leave a review. Check out all the podcasts on the network. Can't stress that enough. New season of Bell Smashers started up tonight, so check them out. And we'll see everybody next week. Go Birds.